Hello and welcome. Today we'll be making a peacock paper quilt card as part of the Pink Bubble Cards Alphabet Challenge. All the details are linked in the description box below, so please check out Hilary's channel and follow along using the hashtag pbcalphabet to see everyone's creations. We have used a paper quilling set we bought from a charity shop, the beautiful Peacock stamping up set that Denise from DD's Crafts kindly gifted us, some distress oxides, cardstock and collal glue. Okay, let's get crafting. Firstly, we stamped the peacock image. We found it easier to stamp the peacock's body first, as there are two little gaps in the plumage stamp that line up with the peacock's feather, which just makes the whole aligning of the stamps that little bit easier. We chose the colours Peacock Feathers and Mermaid Lagoon. Smear ink pads onto the non-stick sheet or a glass mat. Just be careful when you're smooshing them not to touch the inks together too much. There will be some ink contamination on the pads. Don't worry too much. It does come off with a quick wipe from a baby wipe. As you can see, I think this gives a pretty multicoloured effect to the peacock's feathers. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget about all that ink that we've got on the mat. If you just spray some water and pick it up with a bit of cardstock, you've got a ready-made background that you can use for future crafting projects. We really enjoyed using this Stampin' Up stamp set, so thank you very much, Denise. Okay, let's get quilling. We hadn't actually done any quilling before, but as I said, we had bought this kit from the charity shop, so we thought, given that Hilary had pulled out Q for quilling, we'd give it a go. Quilling is actually quite an old art, and it dates back to medieval times when it was used to decorate religious manuscripts. Quilling is basically the art of rolling paper, and there are loads of different shapes and designs that you can quill. The quilling set that we had came with pre-cut papers and a quilling tool, but if you don't have these, you can trim strips of paper and use tweezers or your hands to simply roll the paper. And just attach at the end with a small dab of glue. You really don't need a lot of glue to hold the paper in place. Quilling is really simple to do. You just insert the paper into the quilling tool and roll the paper round. Just try to keep the edges of the paper in line. We decided to join strips of paper together to give us a multicoloured coil. This lets you have different colours and lengths of strips of paper to use for your quilling. We didn't have the desired colour of paper, so we decided to use our distress ink in peacock feathers and some other colours to make our own. I would not recommend that you do it the way I have here. please use gloves or a sponge or you'll end up with very, very inky fingers. There's loads of different shapes and styles of quills that you can make. Just have fun and explore. It helps if you kind of pre-shape your card, curl it round a pencil or a boning tool. Dip the paper into your glue, just getting a very small amount of glue onto the bottom of the paper, and just use your tweezers or your hand to manipulate into place and hold for a second just till the glue sets. If you find at any time you've missed a bit of glue or your quill isn't sticking, you can tear a bit of paper, dip it in glue, slide it underneath, and that will just help secure it to the cardstock. I actually found the quilling quite therapeutic and enjoyable to do, and the more we added, the more carried away we got, and you'll see later on in the video that a lot more decorative quills are added to this peacock tail. We added a touch of sparkle with a few gemstones. We cut and layered some matching cardstock and design sheet paper and assembled all the card together. So this is how the card turned out. We had great fun quilling and enjoyed it so much we decided to make a few more cards. So here is this one, and we also made one in blue. A huge thank you for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe, and drop us a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks, the Crafty Seas.